That's not the broadcast supposed to be looking at. There it is.
Super Earth, our home. Prosperity. Liberty.
Hi there.
Democracy. Our way of life.
Oh, hello.
But freedom doesn't come free.
No! Sweet liberty! No!
True to Super Earth, your hard work and dedication has not gone unnoticed. The story has now automatically been enrolled in the Helldiver Weapon Customization Program. Helldiver primary weapons cannot be leveled up and customized to adjust each weapon's look and feel.
Hello.
Quack.
Hmm?
Quack. I said quack.
Yes. You're a duck.
I'm a duck. I like to ooh. They changed the PAC. I'm a duck. I like to fuck. Anything new? Anything new? Anything new? Anything new? Nope. Anything new? 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 All the same shit that I can't unlock because it's inside of the shits. This is new. The one true flag. CQC one true flag. The eternal colors of Super Earth can never be tainted, only quenched by the blood of its enemies. So it's a spear. Support weapon.
Fear of democracy.
Delivered
Yes.
by a hell pod. As one-handed melee. Certainly this only works against up to light to medium target enemies.
Actually, some kind of works on heavies.
Planetary defenses
But it's a very
reinforced
specific
with the
way
help
you have
of
to do it.
volunteer civilians, young and old, who refuse to abandon the hard and managed democracy. Meanwhile, the Helldivers have deployed to engage the Illuminate force and slow its advance. That's Liberty's latest. I'm Coretta Kelly.
They changed the color of the Liberty's latest symbol. Interesting. And now, for the people who want to use Superstore, you no longer have to wait for things to be in rotation. Now you can get them whenever you want. Which it should have been like that the entire time. Like, this is probably the biggest problem that I could say is probably the biggest annoyance. There are some things that are in here that say that they have a valid offer for a day and 9 hours. There are some in here that are permanent options, such as options that come directly from Viper Commandos and Freedom's Flame. They should have always been at the liberty of a diver to purchase whenever they wished. And they probably will want to switch this to being not super credits, but probably excess reward medals. Because if we still don't have a method in which we earn super credits, these credits are still going to pile up very slowly. Sure, make the argument by saying that super credits being sold between $1.99 to $19.99, so let's round up and say $20. $20 payment is what, 2,000 super credits from the $20 extension. You get to have Stratagem Hero, and you can fund your future material. A $19.99 purchase of 2,100 super credits is at least 2 war bonds. So drop 100. Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Free. 12 purchases. That's 6 instances of $20, which you probably don't even have to spend that much. There's a break-even point between the super credits inside of the war bonds that then equal out to your investment. It has a break-even point. Steel Veterans had 300 inside of it. Helldivers Mobilized had 50, 100, 150. Scroll over. 50, 100, 150, 200, 250, 300, no. 13, 350, 450, 550, 650, 750 super credits inside of them, which is 1% to 1.2 of a war bond. Whatever the break-even point would be for the purchasing of the pack, and then the selection and the purchasing of the war bond materials to then receive the super credits, which I think are always in numbers of 100. There's a break-even point between these care packages that your ability to get your investment out of the material is at that point where you would spend less than $200. $200 is a lot to invest into the game, especially with things that would otherwise, if they had a better methodology and a better spread of gains, would reflect an equal amount of time spent farming, but for the most part, kind of equals out at the end of the day, but not by much. Inconsistently so. I'm not a fan of that. It's a lot of money, but at the same time, it's not like they haven't been putting out a lot of content. Oh, that's right. I was on Carlia, and we left that Illuminate Colony mission. Certainly, they must have updated the enemies so that they reflect the same difficulty that they now have inside of the game.
Mission coordinates
Yes,
locked.
they do. Good God.
Hellpod Prime.
Let's get my booty blasted. Booty blasting. Booty blasting. So, medium penetration weapons are viable, but preferably I need something with some aim. My only option is going to be the Liberator Penetrator. Alright, what do
That
I...
is an option, yes.
Alright, what is my choices? Now inside of this weapon customization, which probably could have been a part of the game in a more defined fashion, but that's okay. Alright, so you have a recoil simulator, where you show people what it looks like when they're in full burst. You have different forms of sights. You've got different forms of ergonomics increases. You've got muzzle brakes, which allows for you to control the ergonomics of the weapon, but also helps you to assist yourself with its spread pattern. And you actively show the update, which is very nice. And you have all of these things locked behind the different levels of skill. So they are another form of weapon diversity and weapon optimization that are deeper in level to add another system of increase onto the game. Plus or minus pattern codes, which pretty much are vanity. Because they
Always get our vanity.
because like there's no reason to care about the basic colors, so just design the patterns how you feel with the attachments are actually meaningful to the weapon's performance. And that's whatever. Yes, save my weapon config. And then you can cycle them based on different outlooks, so you can change them at your will. This obviously does not apply to the secondaries. Yet. This might actually be a place where I consider the Peacemaker as a sidearm. And of course we still go with the high explosives because I have nothing better. This is where having not a lot of choices begin to feel like punishment. But it is what it is. There's also the choice of the Constitution, because if it's medium armor penetrating, this actually serves a great function against other enemies, but the capacity of 5 is really unwieldy, and I'm not happy about that. Oh well. Let's start off with a standard.
And its little brother is not the greatest either. And what I mean by that is that they made
Helldivers to Hellpods.
a
Repeat.
modernized
Helldivers
version
to
of
Hellpods.
They march in
Hi,
place.
hello.
They march in place now when they do this?
Nope, this is an entirely different emote.
Wow.
This is called Lockstep.
I see.
Hold on. I mean, here, I can show you. Yep, shake my hand. And then we have a kick.
Interesting.
That actually does melee damage, by the way.
Interesting.
I'll put this on one. I'll put this one on just to meme with this, but Carl,
Yes.
I tip my hat.
Oh. What war bond did that come part in?
That came from Borderline Justice. You know, the one that was cowboy related and did not have a hat in it?
I see. Oh,
A bit
for
peeved about that one, if I'm being honest.
Mhm. All for the code. Destroy Illuminate warp ships.
Alright.
Here. First things first, a weapon for crowd control, and for enemy damage at range. Have them in the cities, that's not a big deal. Then, a tool for defense. Certainly the anti-materiel rifle should work.
You know, I'm not gonna give unsolicited advice yet. I want to see this.
I never got to do all the testing I wanted to do.
So, let the sandbox be your sandbox.
I already answered the question I had last time with the rail cannon strike, and it does work. And the bog standard. Juggernaut for recoil reduction and increase of grenade size. I think that's my workhorse.
Launch initiated.
This doesn't look like New Haven. Seems continuation of an older campaign.
I didn't hear that sentence.
Is this an older campaign
Yeah.
that you were still on?
Yeah.
Ah, got it. New place is New Haven. That's very weird. Ah,
That is a shambling corpse.
Calling down support weapon.
All right then.
yep, say hello to the meat bag. I call it the meat bag. Its actual name is Flesh Mob.
Requesting air support. South.
Administering freedom.
Bags
Outpost cleared.
If you got any questions, let me know.
Not quite yet.
New back.
The less questions for you, and the less more questions for whoever designed that mob.
Mission at 10 minutes remaining.
Pray tell what they are. Is it more about the design concept-wise, or the mechanics behind it?
It's mechanics.
Dropping a pin. Northwest. 200 meters. Tagging map. Northwest. 200 meters. Get some! Get some! Bag's empty! Requesting supplies.
Sending down equipment package.
I wish I could rearm or resupply, or even repair my, like,
Found something!
Mac.
Sending in an eagle!
Really nice.
Administering freedom.
they'd be also kind of broken.
That was a raw toss, so airstrikes do work as intended.
Gonna dip out or try and go for all objectives.
I wouldn't even know what kind of objective to go for. At this point, now that there's a new enemy type, I need to figure out what to do about it.
Would you like my advice now or later?
Now?
High, unadulterated DPS. I aim for the eyes, aim for the limb. And keep running.
Helldivers never
Think of them as basically a berserker-esque charger.
Interesting. So they need to have a high yield explosive?
Explosives are moderately effective at it. Precision weapons, basically you want a good middle ground, and what I mean by middle ground, I mean the machine guns. Also, look out! Airships in the sky.
No, cool. They have their own eagles.
Yep.
requesting air support. Orbital inbound.
And these definitely are heavy ships.
Hmm?
These alien eagles.
They're medium pen. Medium pen or high.
Heavy. That is completely okay. So, the blue glow that they put down on the ground is the player warning for the tag as they attack.
Yes. Also, they have mortars now.
Now, as in they didn't before.
They did not before. You see that's the ship falling on us? They did not have that before. Ouch. I died from the impact, not the explosive. Explosion.
Not today! Calling in reinforcements.
Well, that's what happens when you guys say it's too easy, I guess. Only question is, if that shit's medium penetration, how many shots does it actually take to take down?
Mag's empty.
For the AMR, I have no idea. The like I said, the recommended thing that I take for it are machine guns. They are just the best, like kind of best in slot against the newer enemies. Best in slot for the Illuminate period.
Mag's empty. New mag.
Honestly, the crossbow is a very, very good primary against them. But it is a bit, questionable.
Freedom. Calling in orbital strike.
Firing orbital strike.
Also, fire is good against the meatbags. They have recently reworked it again to where it does not a flat amount of damage, but max health damage.
Yes, I watched the announcement.
New mag. Calling in extraction. Calling down fortifications.
Extraction request confirmed. Shuttle inbound.
I do not like the fact that that did not go down in as many shots as I think that it should for an anti-materiel.
Also, by the way, aim for the blue part. So that's its eyes, its vision. Or are you talking about the tripod?
All the enemies that I just shot at.
I mean that one?
Most of them.
So aim for the joint limbs. And if you want to take down its shield, you aim for the spike pins.
Sending in an eagle!
ETA T-minus 1 minute.
How'd you like the chase? Oh, freedom!
That's unfortunate.
Reinforcing.
This is what happens when people say it's too easy. They made it into an actual horde mission.
Inbound.
ETA T-minus 30 seconds.
And I definitely feel like my weapons are not suited for
Mag's
this.
empty.
ETA T-minus 20 seconds.
Guard dog going out.
I need
Alright.
stim!
I'm in my ecstasy
ETA T-minus 10
so
seconds.
far.
Calling down supplies. Questionnaire support.
Pelican 1 arriving at coordinates. Pelican 1 landing sequence initiated. Watch where you're standing.
Mag's empty. Mag's empty. Illuminate.
Countdown initiated. Stand by for takeoff. Reinforcement budget depleted.
15 seconds.
Yep, I know.
Orbital inbound.
I'm in. Where's my mech?
Extraction complete. Pelican 1 beginning ascent.
That escalates quickly.
Well, that was a blitz. But they can swarm you very, very easily.
Bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum. There's lots of ways that can go south extremely quickly. J-Star is probably accurate for the fact that no additional objectives are done. So you need a weapon that shoots quickly, may or may not have explosive quality, has the ability to deal with a meat sack of an enemy, and can mow through large waves of enemies as both a primary and an additional add-on. I'm imagining that there's a lot of people that are using the double-sided sickle. Because that's a lot of bullets. Way too many bullets, in fact.
That was one for the record books, where all missions are logged.
One mission was 1.5 levels. Interesting. Considering the amount of size, it feels like it's never the Redeemer or the Peacemaker. So I'm more or less forced into the Senator. As for the weapon, medium armor penetrating is the standard. Why can't I sort these by penetration type? Jonathan's counter sniper can get the job done, but that doesn't solve the problem in general mobs. The Slugger is a DMR that has always been my workhorse, but I'm very certain that this is not going to work. Because not having cartridges is death. The duck-billed breaker incendiary can work in the general decency of firefights and situations, but that means I have to depend on my weapon to work right. Let's start there. And in terms of throwables, it's just this. It's always the incendiary now.
You are all that stands between the Illuminate and managed democracy's heart, Helldiver.
Let's look at this board. Singularity opened. And they came in droves. And currently, the Illuminate threat is on a 3-dive rush towards Super Earth. So, alert, alert, alert. Illuminate fleet IVO wormhole. Widow's Harbor attacked. All units of Widow's Harbor.
Choose any of the available operations, Helldiver.
Okay,
Each
I've
one
returned.
complete is a paving
Multiple
stone
defense
on the
satellites
road to
monitoring the
liberty.
Meridian wormhole ceased reporting, followed by simultaneous reports from outlying Steve stations at the Widow's Harbor system, until confirming the presence of a massive Illuminate threat and violation of the enemy's recent eradication. A state of extratyrannical emergency declared. Illuminate victory parties have been converted into rapid enlistment events, bolstering Steve defenses. High Command believes this is the ultimate objective to be the invasion of Super Earth itself. 3 planets lie between the Illuminate and Super Earth: Widow's Harbor, PLN-5, and New Haven. Helldivers are ordered to immediately and aggressively interdict Illuminate in advance. Cross-Ministry defense projections indicate preventing the force from reaching Super Earth is not possible. All 3 planets will fail. They must inflict as much damage to the fleet as possible, while Mega City defenses are bolsters. Battle on Super Earth is inevitable. Joel, you did it again! And the Democracy Station is unavailable.
Yeah,
he's
so
not,
what happened
he's not
was
playing.
that...
Oh, he's not playing.
Well, yeah, this is scripted. This is 100% scripted, but needless to say, the canonical reason why it's disabled is mainly due to the fact that they shot at the station with their new ships so much to the point that it's been damaged, so it can't be called upon.
Interesting. And then looking here. Oh, wow. They named one of the internal planets actually around Clandathu. That's funny. Okay. So, missions in effect. There are fronts for all other missions, because obviously we can't stop players from playing any type of mission, but they have definitely changed the entirety of the board and how it functions, especially for this event. So, we've already lost Widows, and we've already lost Pelan, even though there are Helldiver presences on the planet, but there must be players that also had leftover missions, which leaves us with the entirety of the New Haven section for liberation from, quote, the Great Host. And this is 1-6, so a day, 6 hours, 18 minutes, and seconds counting. Different missions and different types, including operations, all
A multitude
which are
of
defending the
operations,
planet.
each one a chance for freedom to ring.
Okay. Seems simple enough.
This operation is
And then
complete.
inside of it,
You have
colony
served
missions,
democracy
evacuation
well.
missions, and retrieving craft intel missions. Cute. At any point in time, is my microphone broken?
Not that I heard.
Okay, cool. Don't know why that's still a problem, but to the best of my knowledge, it hasn't fucked up yet, which means I don't have to fix it yet.
Initiating FTL jump to the New Haven system.
Oh, the jellyfish.
FTL jump successful.
In fact, in quite reach it
Mission
is.
coordinates locked.
Okay. to make me completely change what choice of bond I was going to get. Now it's not important to have thermal, now it's important to have a tool that deals with the Illuminate. Servants of Freedom is what contains the double-edged sickle. Besides the double-edged sickle is the GPU-31 Ultimatum. And they specifically said that they changed the weapon of this so it does more explosive damage while also maintaining majority of its impact damage. That's one choice. Meanwhile, how quickly would you say those flashbangs go down to to ignite damage in the form of fire?
If you're trying full fire, it does take a while. The best solution to take against them would be a sort of multiplicative way of attacking. So instead of just relying on one specific damage source, take multiple.
Right.
So for my purpose, I take fire and high fire rate, where you can take, let's say, fire and a slower fire rate, but be more precise. That is a way. That is a way to do that.
Okay.
Effective weapons, the machine gun tree, grenade launcher, air burst for the meatbags. Eats is not good. Autocannon's good. Most of the explosive weapons are not great at this point in time against them, except for the ones I mentioned, pretty much. Overall, yeah.
Happy street sweeping, boys. If you made a potato, ping it, and I'll try to add it to my schedule. The man is direct and precise with his requirements.
Yeah. Oh, the wasp launcher. Use that if you really want to kill them.
The wasp launcher.
Yes, the wasp launcher.
So I own that? Yeah, I do own that. Versatile missile launcher loaded with 7 lock-on homing missions, being fired from the launcher directly or as an air burst, considering the support backpack required for the reloading. That locks out the choice of a dog. Or does it?
It does lock out its backpack.
Limited uses 432 second versus grenade launcher also 432 second. I can bring both, but it means that when I see a heavy object, I have to pull it out and drop it. Was the wasp reloadable?
Excuse me?
Was the wasp reloadable?
Wasp is reloadable, yes. It requires you to kneel down. It's the same as loading backpack up.
I'll phrase that a different way. Can it be refilled from ammunition from the ground?
Yes.
This might be a fortification issue. Napalm Barrage has never been my favorite.
It's decent. If you want something that's AoE reliant, take Air Burst, take Cluster Bomb for Airstrike for Eagle 1. Strafing Run is a good option. The Gatling Barrage is also a good option. We are fighting Cityscape, so do be aware of that.
What am order fighting? Mortar.
Mortars, I would advise against because the enemies are going to be all around you. Meaning that the mortars will strike where the enemies are.
Incendiary mines.
Mines are a choice. They can work. It does require
destroyer has joined
it does require
squadron.
prep work, and you have to
Engaging
think
orbital
very quick on your
thrusters.
feet.
When have I never been able to do that?
I'm just letting you know.
Orbit synchronized.
I would recommend, if anything, straightforward Gatling or machine gun. What? Oh, wait, you don't have flight. That trait. Never mind.
If only had a better primary.
What's the primary? Believe it or not, I would say that actually suits very well. If you can get that leveled up and use duckbill, get the duckbill attachment for it, you can definitely deal with the waves a lot quicker. Spray and pray is also a useful one. The normal liberator can put in work. I would advise against marksman
Launch
rifle.
initiated.
You're playing a horde. You are not going to be able to take all of them down with just swords.
Oh, the joys to figure out how to combat the challenges.
I'm going to say this also right now as another little tidbit. Do be aware, stingrays, the flyers, do have they will run away after a certain amount of time after their bombing run, and you have to wait till they come back.
Sending down equipment package.
Somehow I ended up with an anti-materiel rifle on my bar. Interesting. I don't remember selecting that.
I've noticed that there's been some weird issues going on about that. All right.
Illuminate, northwest.
Just playing scout. I'm also going to be playing scout too.
Marking location.
Me and him are both on rooftops.
Found something. Supplies. We're calling down a sentry.
Objective near your position.
I will say right now, the flesh mobs are kind of buggy.
Marking location. North. Cancel that. Calling down a
Let's
vehicle.
run this over there.
Marking location. North.
Flag moving.
Got a sample. Illuminate. North. Going to flag.
Establishing King of the Hill.
Fortifications.
says that I was killed by Tikalik, but I know if I was killed by the tripod.
Yeah, it's weird like that.
Democracy has landed! Sending in an eagle! Requesting orbital strike!
Ow.
I dive to get away from one flesh mob and jump into the arms of another.
Calling in reinforcements!
Requesting orbital strike.
One life for Super Earth! Mag's empty!
Ow. Disintegrated by the interloper. That's a different kind of pressure.
Request approved. Reinforcements have been launched.
Hey, Carl,
Point me
come
to
here.
the enemy.
What?
Try it. You'll see what I mean when this is going to be... It'll be really good.
I've used a machine gun before. I'm just trying to find other answers.
Oh, against them?
Yes.
I'll still take it.
Found something!
I mean, it's better than walking back to find the flamethrower again.
Sending in an eagle.
I don't consider the samples to be important enough to go back for it again.
You want to ride?
Yes.
Requesting air support! Calling down fortification! Requesting sentry! Reinforcing! Correct!
Very interesting that these can hit the arms and legs and sides of the tripods, but they can't do direct damage to the tripods. Who's driving?
I am. Begin the run.
Last reload!
I hate when bodies do that.
Calling in orbital!
Orbital strike incoming.
Found something! Sending in an eagle! Calling down a support weapon. Illuminate, east.
I have no idea what killed you, and I'm being jammed.
The body of a zombie.
Reinforcing.
You clipped into the axis and force pushed us into a wall. I cannot make this shit up. I shit you not.
Calling down a support weapon. Requesting tap back. Requesting advance.
Stingray.
Reloading. Fire in the hole.
Stingray down.
Out of stim.
What the hell are these purple symbols?
What purple symbols?
The symbols of the Illuminates? The half crescent moon over the dot that's on the map, visible on the mini-map?
Oh, that is the illuminated encampments.
Reinforcing. Support weapon. Affirmative.
Objective critical stratagem available.
Calling in a hell bomb.
I've seen people do the mean thing to this monolith. I know that it can happen. It's just very stupid.
What thing?
Where they touch the monolith and they kill themselves.
I got the terminal.
Gotcha.
Hell bomb armed.
Hell bomb
Clear
primed.
area. Calling in reinforcements. Requesting tac pack. You've done your duty. You may extract with honor.
Struggler wants in, apparently.
I don't know that the squad is filled at the moment.
Ah, Lincoln Park. What a joyful time for you to show up.
Now, where did you all die? Over here?
Southwest. 100 meters.
Yeah, if you see some rubble of a car, I'd be still on fire.
Tagging map. Northwest. 100 meters.
Yeah, right there. That's where we died.
Okay. I'm going to circle around this area on foot. You all make your way towards that end, and I'll meet you at the center.
Requesting orbital strike! Firing orbital strike.
Heavy. South, 50 meters.
Heavy, east, 100 meters.
A lot of these loot symbols appear as though they have been looted already, but are not checked off by chevron on the map.
Yeah, that's just how cities are, unfortunately.
Okay.
Requesting sentry. Calling down fortifications. Sending in an eagle.
Requesting orbital strike. Requesting air support.
Requesting air support.
I think I've recovered one of your samples.
Duly noted.
Dropping a 10. Northeast, 100 meters.
I'm so glad that my trigger discipline is so fucking stable. Oh my god. He ran towards me. I, for a second, thought he was a faceless, and then I realized that he wasn't.
Tac pack, inbound.
Carl, have you used the hover pack yet?
No.
Would you like to?
Are you nearby?
I can bring it to you. What the fuck just killed him?
Calling in reinforcements.
Right behind you. Hold space to do the hover.
Activating jump pack.
Cute, fun.
Bag's empty.
Definitely helps with aerial assault. However, I need that guard dog.
It's okay. That's why I'm still here. It's down. Another one.
never rest!
I feel like
Thank
half
you.
the time when I see these bags on the ground, I have to squat to grab them.
Outpost cleared. Mission at 20 minutes remaining.
Throwing grenade! Slowing down a vehicle! Sending in an eagle!
Shit.
Reinforcing! Reloading!
Damn it, I just called that in.
Reinforcing!
Certainly that works. It's not bad.
Heavy, northwest. Close.
He's giving a hole in the wall anywhere. Oh, not a jam. Okay. Armed storm's in progress. No, it's not in progress.
Reinforcing! Sending in an eagle! Calling down supplies! You will never destroy us! Bag's empty! Must defend prosperity!
Okay, I created an exfil position on the top of the hill next to supplies. B3 is with me.
Tagging map, northwest, 50 meters. Reloading! Fire in the hole!
That fucker did not go down. And why did that one singular flesh mob count for 3 kills?
Well, you see, Carl. What's better than one human? Many humans!
That's so cool. Carl said as he's about to crash out.
Calling in orbital strike. Marking location.
One's right over there.
Bag's empty.
I'm gonna make my way over to that fucking research lab.
Bag's empty. Outpost destroyed.
Well, what I found.
Requesting air support. Found something.
Illuminate, go.
Freedom never rests. How'd you like to chase for freedom? Last reload!
Tactical asset. Objective located.
Northwest.
We're being sandwiched.
Fired. Dropping package.
Promise you guys.
Package fired.
Found something.
Dropping package. Package acquired. Dropping package. Requesting air support. Package acquired. Dropping package.
Picked apart. Completely out of stamina at this point.
Package acquired.
Calling down a sentry.
Dropping package.
Precision enemies that are jerky as hell. My personal disliked favorite.
Hmm?
The Illuminate's attack patterns.
Yeah. They are extraordinarily wild.
Kind of doesn't work if you're gonna have them also have extremely aggressive attack patterns. Because if they're jerky, you're jerky, which means your aim to hit them is jerky, which means usually you would prefer to not get overwhelmed, but taking them slow does not mean that you get to control the situation.
This is the reason why, like, the precision weapons, like the AMR, are very difficult to use against them.
They just don't have enough ammunition. Generic wisdom has taught us that weapons that can be used as a workhorse deal with lights and heavies. If not dealing with the heavy that is the problem, dealing with the heavies that are not problems. If my aim can't be trusted... What the fuck is that? Oh, that's tripod. For a second there I thought that was something that had a much bigger body. Conventional wisdom says that my weapon does not work against a normal enemy in a way where I have to trust that my equipment can handle what it's being asked to do. That wisdom would tell me that that weapon was, quote, not good. Because a support weapon is supposed to fill in for the problems that a normal weapon cannot cover. Because these flesh mobs are bullet sponges.
They have no armor, but they are inherent bullet sponges.
They're asking you to put a lot of faith in your fellow Helldiver and or in your loadout.
Sometimes both.
With all the weapons that have high fire rate and medium accuracy precision also are weapons that are light based, the light armor is not going to get it done. Considering that of those that are medium penetrating, that are at least in easily obtainable war bonds, you're asking for people to have a form of aim that is not reliable. As I know for a damn fact, a machine gun, with the exception of the Star Award, is very hard to use.
Well, potentially.
You want to be in crouch. If I'm standing still, I'm being surrounded. And what's worse for wear is that if an enemy is coming towards me, I do not want that enemy to be close enough to me that it can get a lock on me. Grenade! At bare minimum, they're asking you to think on your feet more than you would normally.
Yes. That's why I said the mines are a questionable choice.
Well, I can use the mines in a situation to create a path of escape where I can egress towards a position that will lead them into the mines. What I can't control, as always, is other players. Flesh mobs are big enough to deal with, they just move extremely fast.
They are more berserker-esque chargers. fun fact: they can push around the exosuit, but they can't damage it exactly. It does very little damage to it. But the car, they can fully flip over.
Funny.
Southwest. Reloading! ETA T-minus 20 seconds. ETA T-minus 10 seconds. Pelican 1 approaching pickup. Reloading!
Love the fact that I look like a fucking captain. Alright.
Countdown initiated. Stand by for takeoff. Reinforcement budget depleted. Extraction complete. Pelican 1 beginning ascent.
Theoretically, it's probably possible that a person could bombard an entire city block by themselves.
Repeat that?
Theoretically, it is probably possible that a Helldiver by themselves could bombard an entire city block.
Yes.
But he's going to run out of ammunition when he does it, and there's going to be another 100 dozen units waiting for him on the other side, and another 80 that are going to be encircling his escape route. From my eyes, they're making you work for the ability to scale.
Yes. Which I think is okay.
I'm not against the idea. It's just the drastic sheer amount of difficulty. This is a level beyond most enemies.
Allied destroyer has...
Now there's open space for him to get in. Yeah, the Peacemaker is less armor penetrating, and so is the Redeemer. You're forced to use the Senator as a sidearm, which means you're relying on your primary to bail you out, since that's heavy. So if you're not looking at a singular enemy that you can be able to scope, if your primary cannot handle at least dealing with the Horde, you are not happy.
Yeah.
And I didn't...
And the issue is that the other sidearms are locked behind other...
Under Warboss.
Yeah. Because I'm using the Verdict, and that's part of Polar Patriots. It gets the job done. It's very useful. You can also use the Saber, or the Combat Hatchet.
That's not even a factor for me yet, because I don't even have the fucking money. And Lord knows how the hell I'm supposed to find super credits on these goddamn planets.
Good luck.
Are there even bunkers?
Very few.
Gay.
But they're also looking to rework that.
You work super credits specifically, or rework methods of gaining super credits?
The Illuminate host draws ever nearer.
If only they make it better.
Mission coordinates locked. Hellpods prime. Engaging orbital thrusters.
Gayness, oh gayness. Homosexuality, big gayness.
Synchronized.
because that means the only way that I actively get to have super credits is if I go to a battle that is not on the front of the primary place focus. That never feels good. That feels like I'm actively playing against the intention of the game. Not only that, on the insult to injury of the fact that you've been working to use methods of gameplay to gain this currency that doesn't revolve around being at the mercy of the opportunity the game provides for you. That's right. Napalm barrage is a barrage, which means that's fire everywhere. That's why my brain told me to use the napalm strike. The napalm barrage is not a normal orbital strikes. It is a barrage. Kept asking myself, that's way too long for it to be a normal cooldown. I wonder why that cooldown's so goddamn long. And then I remembered. This becomes certainly gas strike doesn't work, does it?
It does. It's good at blinding them. Would recommend.
Hellpod launch initiated.
Well, that's 2.5 clips. That's extremely impressive. That's an input.
Let's go rescue the cities. Ninja's already inside.
Enemy patrol, east.
Oh, Jesus.
Sub-objective nearby.
Pulling in orbital strike.
Firing gas strike.
Charging in an eagle. located. South.
Tactical asset nearby.
Requesting sentry. Calling down a sentry. Package acquired. Dropping package. Calling down objective equipment. Reinforcing. Requesting sentry. Package acquired. Objective located. Dropping package.
What is that beeping sound? That's the console.
I'm on the terminal.
Making progress.
As for this, first artillery. First artillery.
Artillery does it all in one go. Be aware of that.
Okay. Now why can't I fire it?
You have to have a larger enemy.
Kappa.
It's enemy lock on exclusive.
Calling down a sentry.
That's a bummer.
Dropping a
Ally sentry marked on position.
Hmm?
Ally sentry marked on position. So that you don't get blitzed while you're walking down the street unaware.
That's my sentry. I know where I placed it. Yeah. But thank you. Well, it's now fucking dead as shit. So is the Stingray, though.
Did that Stingray just fly into a tower and kill itself?
No, I shot it down, and it flew into the tower. And then blew the fuck up.
Joy.
I fucking love this game. It's so goddamn great.
Dropping package. Package acquired.
Package acquired. Illuminate west, 100 meters. Dropping package.
That is going into critical mass.
How about a nice cup of liberty?
Well, it doesn't feel horrible, but also doesn't feel great.
What doesn't feel great?
The Wasp.
Reloading.
Yeah. Are you talking about the artillery part?
No. The
Or
burst.
burst?
I couldn't tell how many it took to actually kill the thing.
Spotted.
Meatbag, it kills 4 shots.
Launching orbital.
Heavy. Southwest.
Are you fucking...
Ow.
Calling in reinforcements.
Request approved. Reinforcements on the way.
Joining the fray. Requesting advanced weaponry. Requesting sentry. Calling down a sentry. Tagging map. Southeast. One mile distance.
Creating a sweep on my mark. Draw them towards me.
I can't. I need stims. Oh, thank God.
Requesting tag pack. Requesting advanced weaponry. Requesting sentry. Requesting air support. Reinforcing. Found something. Freedom never rests.
By the way, I would like to mention that the entirety of that encounter started from the artillery piece to now in the middle of the map.
I noticed. That's just the natural progression of combat in most situations. The difference maker is that not having immediate result answers means we don't hold our ground.
Throwing grenade. Illuminate north.
It's just the natural progressive consequences of not being able to hold your ground.
Tagging map.
What is not
300 meters.
abnormal, or rather what is abnormal, is the fact that we are dealing with more aerial combat from not completely incapable of aiming enemies that control the flow of our ability to escape by being pressured out of defensible positions with grenades and aerial cover fire.
Yeah, it's a lot more vertical feeling of dealing with enemies now. Mortars on top of
Found something. Calling down
several
a
other
sentry.
like things on top of that. Stingrays. It causes a lot of things to be very much more
Found something.
in your face. Kind of thinker.
You put a lot more trust in choke points.
How about a nice cup of liberty?
I kind of like this little like cubbyhole area. Aw.
Liberty dispatched.
This makes you notice exactly how much work the guard dog does. Because it's not like the enemy has laser precision vision, but when you don't have the ability to have a target that will deal with something over your shoulder, you are much more at the mercy of your ability to aim or your weapon's ability to deal with multiple targets at once.
Calling down a sentry.
And that is the difference maker.
Found something. Sentry. East.
fact this damn thing forces you to take a fucking knee.
Oh, the taser tower.
Wasp.
Oh.
One back in, one reload. Okay, run away, T4.
That's Struggler. D3 is Ninja.
It has some control. I just don't like the amount of the Wasp. It has some control. I just don't like the amount of control that it disallows me from having. However, I do like the fact that it works as an immediate get the fuck out of the air heavy choice. But the problem is you have to take a knee. The Horde problem of old, of being stuck in a never-ending reinforcement chain, is the problem that you get when dealing with the Wasp. So the sentry is acting as my bridging point to give myself the time to take a knee, to then reload the goddamn Wasp. Ah, well I'm dead. They hit a hell bomb.
Yep, they can do that.
I didn't notice there was a hell bomb next to me.
Spread outpost spotted.
Request approved. Deploying reinforcements.
Stingray out.
Bag's empty.
Sorry.
Reloading.
Bag. Dead. Enemy bag.
Bag's empty.
Oh, thank God.
Liberty by leg. Illuminate. Southwest.
They're out one edge, they're from another.
Calling down a sentry. Requesting air support. Requesting sentry. Requesting orbital strike.
Alright. Get the civvies out.
This sickle might be a choice. I don't think I've used the sickle in the longest time ever. For reasons why I can't remember.
They made a new variant of it, by the way.
The dual edge sickle.
Yep.
Firing gas strike.
Calling in reinforcements!
Hyper accurate to deal with the flyer.
Heavy, southeast. 50 meters.
Enough so that I'm pretty sure I'm covering that 135 meters through the scope. Whoever brought this into the mission.
Most likely. I want to say ninja.
Southeast. 50 meters.
Definitely can't deal with the heavy target.
Nope.
Affirmative.
Calling down a support weapon!
Thank you.
Mission at 20 minutes remaining.
Calling down a sentry!
Also, if you kill too many civies, it will mark you as a traitor.
I also saw that from the meme
Backpack
words.
inbound.
It's probably the first clip that I saw. Because it was a Chaos Diver that was actively shooting people dead. And he died in exactly 1 second.
Yep.
Is there really only one bunker with one button?
Huh?
One bunker, one button.
No. There's one over. There's one over there and one over here.
Sentry! Requesting orbital strike!
Illuminate. Southeast.
Stingray.
Southeast.
Down.
Another triumph for managed democracy. May liberty guide your safe extraction. Dropping a pin. Southwest. 300 meters.
Alright, that's pretty much all the objectives on the map done.
Does anybody know what it looks like when we find uranium? It's still locked by the same uranium deposit.
Yep, still locked. So, just look for the rock.
Not exactly a very big spread on the planet.
I'm sure I got everything. Ion Storm. Really saying that that's pretty much everything on the map.
Trees like this, it'd be hard to spot. Might benefit a person to be using a scout armor. Carl said as he walked across a point of interest without even realizing it. What the fuck hurt me? I took leg damage from nothing.
Nope, you took leg damage from plants.
Requesting sentry.
Requesting sentry.
What plant hit my leg?
So there's a bulbous plant
Requesting
that, if shot at, will become trapped.
Oh, that's cute. I don't even remember shooting anything. I was shooting directly at their heads.
If you are too close to it, it will also go off. And it will try to one-shot you.
Cute. Walk around the grassy surface of a planet with no recognition of what it looks like. That's definitely fun.
Rare sample collected. Requesting air support.
15 minutes are on the clock. I should be able to get here and here within that time limit.
Dropping item.
If I don't, it's not the end of the world. Use the excess time to start setting the extraction point. Don't call it in. Just start setting up a fortification hill. There shouldn't be anything left behind in the cityscape except whatever we missed at these points of interest. Oh, how's about that?
Rare sample
You found it?
collected.
Yes.
Yep. Still gonna go for more though. Okay, I'm just leaving this area. Bitch. Fucking asshole tased me. So I've made
Calling down a sentry.
Pathfinder characters to get the campaign done. It's not happening for another few months, but
Calling down fortifications.
it is pretty nice. Would you like to hear about it?
Sure.
Exemplar half-life. Alright? Story is, backstory-wise, is guy got a little bit too big for his britches and has to undergo 500 trials or justices to make right.
Rare sample collected.
At least with his gods.
Dropping item.
Sounds fun.
Yeah.
I just realized that the Illuminati ships come in with their shields up.
Extraction is available.
Yes. They used to be very easy to deal with, now they have shields.
If you destroy the shield, if you destroy the ship before it drops its units, does it stop? Just like a bot loader?
Yes, it does. The issue is that it's a hell of a lot easier to deal with the ground units than the ship itself. Now.
I see. Well, from a distance, I can see the methodology of the Wasp. The only problem that I have with the Wasp is that, that reload time. I'll get around it. The average number that it took to destroy a normal standing unit, if there was another unit nearby it that could be destroyed, the excess rockets on that barrage can be used to destroy that other heavy. So every single one of the Illuminate commanders, sentinels, whatever the fuck they call them, it seems that they die within 2 to 3 rockets.
something!
Illuminate. Southwest. Requesting fortifications.
Requesting sentry! Requesting sentry! Say hello to democracy!
Yep, I think I'm in love with the grenade, with the Gatling turret.
Mission at 10 minutes remaining.
This is on the inside wall. 9 minutes.
Box, southwest.
There are 2 Stingrays in flight. They are fucking after us.
Don't they just show up randomly?
Yeah.
Okay.
Ah, shit. It's crashing. Ugh.
Sample collected. Dropping a pin, west, 100 meters.
They always know where all the players are on the map, by the way.
Oh, that's fun.
Tagging map, west, 200 meters.
Calling down a support weapon.
Interesting tool.
Requesting tac pack. Requesting sentry.
Calling down a sentry.
Calling down fortifications.
I have to assume that every time there's an entrenchment tool, that does not mean that there's buried treasure.
Dropping a pin,
At
southwest,
least not in this
100
planet.
meters.
I know that there was that one guy that told us that you don't actually have to use it. You can actually just crouch and or prone on the ground and access them that way.
They patched that.
I figured.
Extraction is available.
Plus, come on. Just dig it up.
Well, you know how people are. Why are you telling me not to have fun?
Calling down fortifications.
Yeah, we have this place heavily fortified.
I hope so.
Hmm?
I'd hope so.
in orbital strike! Calling down a sentry!
I'm in danger.
Switch!
That was the escape pod that I tagged.
5 minutes left.
Okay.
We can't stay this low much longer, Helldiver.
Nothing else left. Making back
You'll
to
never
Exfil.
destroy our way of life!
So things that I've learned. The Wasp is a tool. It's not a very multi-diverse tool, but it's a tool. And the sickle might be the answer to the problem that I'm looking for. But at the same time, fuck the bugs, so I'm going to work on both of them at the same time. Have to find a way to make it work.
Requesting sentry!
I can at least tag
Requesting
this
fortifications.
Dropping a pin.
on the way back
Southeast.
through.
100 meters.
Requesting fortifications. Calling down a sentry.
At 3 minutes on the dot, start the extraction.
Starting on extraction.
Start the extraction at 3 minutes on the clock.
Sentry, southeast.
Yeah.
Either once I get there or 3 minutes on the clock, whichever one happens first.
Yeah.
Tagging location. Never mind. Southwest. Illuminate. Southwest.
Reloading!
Calling in extraction.
Extraction request confirmed. Shuttle inbound.
Requesting sentry! Requesting advanced weaponry!
ETA T-minus 1 minute, 30 seconds.
Rare sample collected! Calling down supplies!
ETA T-minus 1 minute.
Is that thing turning? It's turning around.
What?
That thing flying high over the side with the afterburners.
Southeast.
That's the stingray, yes. Be careful. Holy shit, that nearly crushed the struggler.
I don't know if that was my rocket that did it.
ETA T-minus 30 seconds.
I just-
Yeah, the wasp fucks them over real hard.
I don't know if I stepped on your barricade.
ETA T-minus 20 seconds.
Unless you meant him.
Requesting orbital strike! This is Pelican 1. I have visual on the extraction zone. An eagle! Orbital missile! Reloading! Pelican 1 preparing to depart. Shuttle launch in 20 seconds.
You need to shake that man's hand.
Requesting air support! Extraction complete. Pelican 1 beginning ascent.
Liberty has seen you through.
I learned a lot from that one. That doesn't seem like a normal amount of kills. Where did I pick up 355 kills from? That must have been Gatling.
Welcome back. Democracy's reach extends a bit further thanks to you.
Because I had the weapon as my equipped, I actually gained experience for the gun, even though I used the scythe. Interesting. It was Struggler's sickle. That's right, I don't have the sickle, I have the scythe, because I never bought the energy weapons. Right.
Be right back.
That's probably the move. Even though I'm probably not a fan of the Arc Blitzer. Medium armor penetrating. With the dagger. Light armor penetrating, but as a beam. Then Punisher Plasma as medium armor penetrating and an explosive. Alongside the stun grenade. And localization confusion. For the sake of having a stronger primary. Probably.
Who refuse to abandon the heart of managed democracy.
Mission coordinates locked. Hellpod Prime. Engaging orbital thrusters.
Your arm's doing the thing again? Oh no. Not the thing again. Further reduced by 10% if your users remain. This was based on money. Because I'm a poor bitch. Yeah, I'm a poor bitch. Yeah. I might as well finish the hangar training. Half choke. constricted muzzle, or your shotgun belts together into a tighter gripping. I mean, money's the problem, so I might as well just deal with it.
I'm back.
I don't think a shotgun needs to have anything other than a holographic scope. Although I'm pretty sure I know what weapon I have to get, or at least what Orbon I'm going to have to unlock next. Even though I wouldn't want to, it'd be for the good of my primaries.
That being?
The energy weapons, the original first energy weapon packet that releases the sickle.
You can see me doing this, by the way, right?
No. I know that Struggler's arm's doing the thing again.
Thing?
Where it gets stuck into an audit, where his thing gets stuck into a position that he can't put the arm down. The only consequence is that if the Wasp launcher is used by a single person, you could be able to fill in for the replacement of it if somebody else was carrying it on their back. Oh well. What about the laser cannon? How does that feel against a meat sack?
Meat bag? Good, pretty actually decent results, in my opinion. It definitely has a very much so a try to beam it down as much as possible without, getting fucking smacked. The fire damage to it is a nice touch.
Mm-hmm.
You can give it a try. I'll have to take the Vitality.
Step one is getting there. Until I can get to that package, I need to find a way to make the shotgun work.
Launch initiated.
What in the hell?
And shoot you fall.
I don't know, bro. We just.
Oh, we hot dropped here.
Good day to die for democracy.
What does that mean?
This is black box area. This is like where, there's a lot of enemies.
Oh.
It's okay, but I did not expect that to be immediate.
That seems okay.
Thank you.
Affirmative.
Attack back inbound. Requesting advanced weaponry.
Gonna look for the package. Found it.
Package fired. Tagging map. North. Far.
Alright. I'm gonna leg it. Fuck it.
Okay. I guess I'm going this way.
Tagging map. Northeast. 300 meters.
So far, so good. The results don't look horrible.
Marking location. Cancel that. North. Illuminate. Northwest. 100 meters.
Objective nearby.
Requesting fortification.
Ah, yes. So that's what it looks like.
Tagging location. Southeast. Illuminate. Objective critical stratagem available. Objective critical stratagem no longer available. Illuminate. North. Outpost cleared. Found something! Objective critical stratagem available. Calling in orbital strike. Deploying equipment package. Requesting sentry. Main objective nearby. Dropping package. Allied destroyer has
Ow.
left squadron. Dropping package.
Killed by interloper.
Request approved. Deploying reinforcements. Point me to the enemy. Fire in the hole. Calling down sentry. Calling in reinforcements.
Oh shit.
Request approved.
Oh,
Reinforcements.
I'm gonna go
have
past
been
planet.
launched.
Good luck, struggler.
Democracy has landed. Requesting orbital strike. Gas strike incoming. Allied destroyer joining squadron. Deploying Helldiver to combat zone.
Requesting walker.
Not exactly happy with the laser cannon. It creates mediocre results.
That's why I was kind of like, it's okay.
Reloading. Illuminate. Southwest. Marking location. Southwest. Mag's empty. Reloading.
Somehow he's surviving better on his own than he was with me.
Calling down a sentry! Busting sentry! Calling in orbital strike! Calling down fortifications! Get some! Get some! Engaging terminal! Found something! Sending in an eagle! Sample collected! Outpost cleared.
Shit!
Mag's empty!
Just fucking objective.
I got the terminal! Two mag! Requesting advanced weaponry! Calling in a hell bomb!
Oh, well, I'm going this way.
Liberty emerges victorious yet again. Extract
Requesting
weaponry.
sentry! Calling down a support weapon! Requesting orbital strike! Requesting fortifications!
I can't. Are you prone on the? Yes, you're prone on the ground.
Outpost clear.
I was trying to figure out if you somehow disappeared into the floor.
Finally, more ammo.
Calling in a hell bomb!
There was more ammo several feet away from you.
True. Just ammo. Oh, super credits. There we go. This is my skeleton key.
Your skeleton
Hell
key.
bomb armed! Clear the area!
Your skeleton key.
Yes. I make skeletons. And it's a good door opener.
Okay.
You'll never destroy our way of life! Calling in orbital strike! Allied destroyer has left the squadron.
Oh no.
Sorry. Really doesn't want to review it.
Got it.
Got it. Now it's brother.
He returns, the prodigal son.
Found something!
Requesting advanced weaponry.
Deploying equipment package. Requesting sentry. Allied destroyer joining squadron. Deploying Helldiver.
That's a Stingray.
Doing supply beacon! Calling down a sentry. Requesting air support. Mark, southwest. Rare sample collected.
Still active, but it's hurt. Coming for another volley. Sideline.
It's down. Such a weird and rapid attack pattern.
What, for the Stingray?
Yes. Because you're...
I think personally it's a very fun enemy.
I'm not saying that it's not a fun enemy. It's just a attack pattern that more than likely will lead to consistency of the person's death. Because their first instinct is going to be to attempt to aim, which means they're going to be getting shot.
So it's a kind of a choice. It's like, do you risk it or do you get the fuck out the way and limit your window?
Tagging map. East, 100 meters. Found something! Requesting fortifications! Found something!
Alright.
Dropping a pin. South, 300 meters.
Ah, yes, exactly where you find rare samples. In the fucking trash.
Enemy patrol, east. Tagging map, west, 50 meters. Bag's empty! Dropping a pin, northeast, 50 meters.
25. Go.
And I'm just holding it down here at the exfil.
Found something! Requesting orbital strike! Found something!
Super crits. Or
Calling down fortifications!
was, but gone.
Found something! Calling down a sentry! Must extend prosperity! Calling down supplies! Dropping item.
time. We have 24 minutes.
Yep.
Calling down a support weapon. Illuminate.
Tagging
Northeast.
location west.
Storm in progress for blind.
K-pop started playing.
How'd you like the taste of freedom? Requesting fortifications.
Striker is right behind me, and like each and every time that he sees me reloading, I feel like we're awkward.
Calling down a sentry. Throwing grenade. Yes. That's called democracy. Mag's empty. Fire in the hole. Requesting sentry. Illuminate. Stop. My life pursuer. Calling in orbital strike. Calling down fortification. How'd you like the taste of freedom? Reloading.
All done collecting?
Pretty much.
Calling down a walk.
Calling in extraction.
Collect more? That's pretty much all I could collect. They are bringing
Throwing supply beacon.
Am I calling them in? Oh, come on, dude. Fuckers.
Throwing grenade. Calling down a sentry. Reloading.
Dropping a pin. Northwest, 50 meters.
Requesting sentry.
ETA T-minus 1 minute.
Requesting orbital strike.
Tagging map west, 50 meters.
Tagging in an eagle.
ETA T-minus 30 seconds.
Well, that was a bit anti-clip. Struggler's mech has no arms now. Oh boy.
Pelican 1 arriving at coordinates. Pelican 1 landing in progress.
I probably accidentally shot you on there.
Yeah.
I kept noticing the walker kept getting closer and wasn't going down faster.
Countdown initiated. Stand by for takeoff. Reinforcement budget depleted. Extraction complete. Pelican 1 beginning ascent.
Samples were recovered. Samples were recovered.
Good.
Another victory for the right side of history.
This one.
It never gets old. Except for the arms, except for losing arms, that does indeed get old. And the microphone is still working in game. No. Yes. Yes. No.
Are you asking me?
Yes.
Your microphone in game?
Yes.
Welcome aboard, Helldiver.
I have you muted in game of overlap. Say something.
Kappa.
It is working.
Okay.
Freedom wins again.
970. Wonder what the factor of level is. And then if I had that information, I'm pretty sure I'd abuse that information. The power level. I probably shouldn't do that. Okay. So the reality of the problem is it is difficult and hard to gather on planets that are not Terminids and automatons. And I want to maximize my gain of super credits while increasing my effectiveness versus the enemy. Let's try a automaton mission.
A bot mission?
Yes.
The automatons are remorseless in their expansion. We must not let this world fall.
Initiating FTL jump to the Coapesa system.
Troy Passa. Oh boy.
FTL jump successful. Mission coordinate.
Certainly, accelerator rifles, powerful but bad. Small amounts of ammunition. Always been a problem. The diligence counter sniper does its job, but it has low capacity. Liberator penetrator does its job, but it has low capacity. I'm pretty certain the Scorcher actually became bad, because the ammunition in the splash is not great. Incendiary means nothing against these, so it's back to high explosives. Or impacts. And key locked into the Senator.
I am covered in so much blood. Holy God. Oh, I get to show you toe stubbing tech. Oh, this will be fun.
Stubbing tech?
Yeah, you'll understand when you see it. Toe stubbing.
I feel like I won't, but go ahead.
So the oh so lovely. Oh God, sorry. The oh so lovely enemies that we love to face on the bot side, the Factory Striders, have a very funny weak spot where they, in fact, you can shoot them with an explosive, typically a recoilless or an EATS, directly in their foot, and it will one-shot them. Ergo, stubbing the toe.
Okay.
Today the light of liberty will grace the skies of this world once more.
I landed inside the fire pit.
Requesting sentry. Calling down a sentry. Sending in an eagle. Calling down fortification. Requesting advanced weaponry. Have a taste of democracy. Backpack inbound. Reinforcing.
Request approved. Deploying reinforcements.
Calling down a support weapon. Calling down a sentry. Requesting sentry. Heavy, southeast. Requesting advanced weaponry.
On my position.
They have explosive anti-tanks in this mission now?
Reloading.
They have explosive anti-tanks inside this mission now. I'm looking at one.
Yes.
It's up against the wall.
Bag's empty.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Bag's empty. Extraction complete. Pelican 1 beginning ascent.
Again, it's as good as I remember.
You have maintained our way of life.
Mission complete without a single friendly fire incident.
Customizations available for purchase. Emergency evacuation. Destroy command bunkers.
Coordinates locked. Hellpods prime. Engaging orbital thrusters. Orbit synchronized.
Trying to get the give it to me.
Here?
Oh.
The fuck? That's a lot of death. Napalm does nothing. Already. Auto cannon. All reliable. Water sentry. Scout. That'll do.
Hellpod launch initiated.
Take back our land. Dismantle its occupiers.
Deploying sport weapon.
Requesting sentry. Calling down a sentry. Calling down a support weapon. Requesting orbital.
380 deployed. If it ever touched down, which it didn't, question mark.
Requesting advanced weaponry.
Stratagem jammer then.
Attack inbound.
Orbital inbound.
Yep.
Calling in reinforcements.
Sub-objective nearby.
Calling in a hell bomb.
Objective located. North, 100 meters. Objective located. West, 200 meters.
Marking location.
Calling down fortification.
Area.
One step closer to mission completion.
Sample collected.
Ow.
Requesting orbital.
Requesting sentry.
Mag empty. Throwing grenade.
Very nice. Moving towards the jammer.
Noted.
Rare sample collected.
I got the terminal.
Objective critical stratagem available.
Calling in a hell bomb.
Enemy tactical asset within range.
Jammer's down. Struggles deploying the help bomb now.
Hell bomb armed. Clear the area.
how all of you are like on one side of the map. Meanwhile, me.
Bot asset destroyed.
Tagging location. Mag's empty. Spot outpost spotted.
You gonna get him up or you?
Running for my life.
Got it.
Bot outpost destroyed.
Calling in reinforcements.
Boom! Target down.
Requesting jetpack.
Orbital inbound. Mag's empty. Drop ship. Requesting air support.
Keep Liberty.
An eagle never misses. Automaton outpost destroyed.
Dropping a pin. South. 100 meters. Requesting advanced weaponry.
Calling down a support weapon.
Found something. Requesting air support. Democracy needs me. New mag. Drop ship.
Requesting sentry. Requesting fortifications.
Sample collected. Sending in an eagle.
Another step towards galactic liberation. You may extract when
Still
ready.
sweeping the planet.
Tagging map. Northeast. 200 meters.
There are a lot more natural ice mines than I remember there being on these planets.
Say again.
Ice mines, the natural ice mines.
Ah, gotcha.
Requesting sentry.
Deploying sentry.
Calling down a sentry.
taste of freedom! Reloading!
Objective nearby.
You know, fighting the boss now, this feels a hell of a lot less hectic.
I told you.
Orbital barrage incoming. Stand clear.
Bots have always been a matter of precision and efficient strike teams.
In a hell bomb. Hell bomb armed. Clear the area.
Call down a sentry! How about a nice cup of liberty? Requesting air support. Reloading.
Heavy. Northeast. 50 meters.
Technically, they've always been very easily victimized by any form of simple strategic takedown, but they were always a gate because it is very difficult to deal with a pack that's directly in front of you.
Requesting sentry.
Especially when you're dealing with a pack that is just simply multiple Hulks of any variant walking towards you in a straight line, supported by enough firepower that you cannot stand your ground and you have to turn to run, which usually results in you getting shot completely in the back. And they actively take out your mortars, just like other members do, but they do so with a form of firepower that you are not usually prepared to deal with.
Heavy. Northeast. 50 meters.
Requesting air support.
Orbital inbound.
Are you ready to call?
Yes,
Requesting
I don't feel
advanced
like running
weaponry.
out to that other unit.
Calling in extraction.
It's just sniper support right now.
Extraction request confirmed. Shuttle inbound.
Requesting sentry. Sending in an eagle.
ETA T-minus 1 minute 30 seconds.
Dropping a pin. North. 50 meters. victory! Calling down supply! Requesting air support!
We're ready to go here.
Orbital inbound!
I gotta climb down.
Pelican 1 preparing to depart. Shuttle launch in 20 seconds.
Reinforcement budget depleted.
Extraction complete. Pelican 1
You
begin
step
descent.
into the plane.
Yes, I've been doing that for the last several missions.
Another victory for the right side of history.
I have been doing I've been lockstepping the entire time.
Ugh. Yep, that's what it feels like when you have a heart attack. Sharp pain into my chest.
You okay?
Yes. That's what learning what you were doing caused me. You caused me pain.
No, it's not. It's not actual. You know. I'll be very honest. I'm not doing. You know that, but like. Oh boy. Hold on. I'll have you inspect the emote much closer, and then you'll see. Okay,
Welcome aboard,
watch.
Robert. We can never have too many
This
heroes
is it.
fighting for peace. A victory for democracy.
What weapon is that?
Oh, this is the Deadeye.
I see. Yeah, the Deadeye definitely adds to the effect of the march.
This is the secret Easter egg walk, by the way.
How is it a secret Easter egg?
It has a rare chance of actually appearing. It's the Funk walk. It's the Chad walk.
Awaits your salvation.
Uh-huh.
Mission coordinates locked. Hellpods primed. Engaging orbital thrusters.
That's a lot of death.
Orbit synchronized.
There's not a single segment of that land that is not dangerous to drop to.
Oh, all spots lead to death?
All spots are surrounded.
Mm. Wait a second. No. Funnily enough, this build that I have right here is a build that I called the Caitlyn build.
The Caitlyn build.
Yes, because you have gas grenades, you have a marksman rifle, and you have air support. Don't ask about the rockets.
Don't ask about the rockets, you say.
Launch initiated.
I mean, I'm literally gassing them to make them blind. It's mustard gas, come on.
You don't have to justify it to me.
Here's where shit gets fun.
Requesting orbital.
Requesting tac pack. Calling down a support weapon. Calling down a sentry.
I got the wrong fucking drop. This is the ballistic shield, not the anti-personnel shield. Oh well. Mistakes were made. Too late to complain.
Found something.
Bot outpost destroyed.
Sample collected.
Marking location. Cancel that. Northeast. Bot fabricator. Northeast. 300 meters. Requesting fortifications.
Anyone want to eat garbage and watch trash?
Boy, do I. I do hope that was my soundboard and not me hallucinating that I now live in the world of Robin Hood.
Bag's empty.
Tagging location. North. Never mind.
Objective critical stratagem available.
Calling down objective equipment. Calling in an
Heavy.
easy.
West. North. 50 meters. Cancel that. Heavy. North. 50 meters. Calling down a sentry.
Now that's what I call liberty.
Sanitized.
Requesting sentry. Marking location. Never mind. Northwest. Objective located. Northwest.
Rare sample collected.
You got this handled.
This station, yes.
Heavy. West. Close.
Package acquired.
Tagging map. Northwest.
Engaging
100 meters.
terminal.
Marking location. Northwest.
Orbital inbound.
The supers are.
Dropping package. Got a sample.
Bots. East.
I got the terminal.
Making progress.
Tagging map. East. 300 meters.
Now to go do scout things.
Tagging
Great.
location. Cancel that. Southwest. Heavy. Southwest. 50 meters. Requesting orbital.
Objective complete.
apparently I was wrong. You can, in fact, crouch down and pick them up. Rather disappointing.
Heavy. Northeast. Close.
Bag's empty. That's called democracy.
Heavy. Northeast. Close.
Sending in an eagle. Sample collected. Rare sample collected.
Huff, 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 huff.
I got chips. Down.
Automaton outpost destroyed.
South. Close.
On security platform, fucking stalwart.
Dropping a pin. Northwest. 200 meters.
My mission objective's going fine.
Heavy. West. 50 meters. Heavy. Southwest. 50 meters. Calling down a sentry. Requesting sentry.
Objective complete.
Reinforcing.
Sub-objective nearby.
Ammunition. And an arc thrower.
Marking
Tagging
location.
map. Northwest. 50 meters.
Heavy. West. Close.
Requesting objective equipment.
Two-man bunker in my location.
Heavy.
Dropping a pin.
West.
East. Close.
50 meters. Requesting advanced weaponry.
Marking location. Cancel that.
Orbital inbound.
Requesting air support. Rare sample collected. Requesting sentry. Calling in reinforcements. Heavy. East. Close. Democracy has landed. Heavy. Northeast. Never mind. Close. Package acquired. Dropping package.
Okay, this way.
Dropping a pin. South. 50 meters. Objective located. Northwest. 100 meters. Heavy. West. 50 meters.
Was right here.
Calling down
Or is it still right
tagging
here?
map. Northwest.
Is this one right here?
Calling down fortifications.
Two-man door right here. Where'd my hell ever go? Boy.
Sending in an
Outpost destroyed.
I need the nearest Helldiver to my position.
Dropping a pin.
Cannot open this bunker
50
door alone.
meters.
It was B3, but B3 walked away from me after throwing thermite on the Annihilator tank.
Sub-objective near your location. One step closer to mission completion.
Oh, T4 died.
Requesting sentry. Reinforcing.
I can pull him here.
Calling in a hell bomb. I'm on it. Hell bomb armed. Clear the area. Rare sample collected.
Mission progress
Tagging map.
logged.
West, 100 meters.
I believe T4 has nothing here,
Requesting advanced weaponry.
which means he can use this.
Tac pack inbound. Rare sample collected.
Ammunition.
Dropping a pin. Northeast, 100 meters. Tagging location. Cancel that. Northeast. Enemy patrol. Northeast.
Pretty sure I looted that full tower unless I somehow missed something. I in fact did indeed miss one. Oh, that's clean. I have no idea who has the super uranium.
Oh, that'd be me.
Tagging map. Northeast. Far. Heavy. Northwest. Close. New mag. Calling down a sentry.
I'm on the objective right now, so it's in safe hands.
Main objective nearby.
Okay. I'm just doing my scout duty and escorting Struggler wherever I go. And effectively covering your rear. But that was
That's
good.
unfortunate.
Calling down a sentry. Northwest. 200 meters. Requesting sentry. Have a taste of democracy. Enemy elite. North. Close.
Oh my, who the fuck orbital lasered?
Not I. I'm a broke bitch. Not I, for I am a broke bitch. This is the direction it's going.
Calling down a support weapon. Rare sample collected.
Whose body was this?
Let's get these people.
Might have been yours.
That was
Tagging map.
Now
South,
we support
200
him.
meters. New mag.
That's patrol.
Requesting sentry.
And that's a bunch of Shredders.
Calling down a sentry. Requesting air support.
Ow. Revenge, bitch.
Heavy. Northeast, 100 meters.
Requesting air support.
Calling in reinforcements. It's the Helldivers. Helldiver reporting to the front. Calling down fortifications. Heavy, east, 50 meters.
Freedom triumphs over tyranny once more. The extraction shuttle awaits your request.
Dropping a pin. Northwest. Far. Heavy. Northeast. Close. Requesting orbital.
Firing orbital barrage, clear the area.
This went off without a hitch. With the exception of being shot in the face by a blind scout trainer shot, but that's on my own fault for choosing to engage them.
Calling down a sentry. Requesting air Requesting tac pack.
And this is where she goes. Alright, here's where I start getting this up.
Calling down a sentry. Orbital inbound. Say hello to democracy. Reinforcing. Sending in an eagle. Dropping item. Calling in extraction.
Extraction request confirmed. Shuttle inbound.
I'm very good at threading the fucking needle.
Requesting air support.
Administering freedom.
Sending in an eagle.
ETA T-minus 1 minute, 30 seconds.
Rare sample collected. Sample collected.
Another one.
ETA T-minus 1 minute.
Requesting orbital. Sending in an eagle.
ETA T-minus 30
Supply
seconds.
beacon.
ETA T-minus 20 seconds.
Well, that's why he's taking them down so quickly. What the fuck is that? And how can I get one?
Oh, that's anti-tank emplacement.
T-minus 10 seconds.
That was from Urban Legends Warbomb.
And he's just railing them in the engine with one shot and blowing them out the sky.
Takes two, actually. Regardless, doesn't anymore. But me and him are basically working in tandem. Along with my sentry, so basically we're just swatting them out the sky. And if they even do get on the ground, he can still just wail them.
Wonderful. That's a large wave.
Orbital inbound. Calling down a sentry.
Countdown initiated. Stand by for takeoff. Reinforcement budget depleted. Extraction complete. Pelican 1 beginning ascent.
That hit our engine.
Hey, it was his 500k. You play with your life. How the hell did he die again? Huh? No, that must have been the force open chat. That's weird.
I'm still covered in massive amounts of alien blood, my blood, your blood, and oil.
I got cleaner, only because I died.
0 fucking deaths. You'd love to see it. And most accuracy, too.
I certainly can't tell the difference. I don't see an operant difference between impossible to super hell dive. I don't see an operant mission difference between
Allied
suicide
destroyer
mission
has left squadron.
and super hell dive. Other than increased enemy presence, multiple operation modifiers, and heavily armored enemies. Not that I want to do it. Just
Upon
looking at
which
the differences.
anvil shall freedom's hammer fall, Helldiver?
Allied destroyer has left squadron.
Let's see here. What time is it? 10:39.
I'm gonna stop for now.
Okay.
You take care, okay?
Okay.
Greetings. I'm Coretta Kelly. In a shocking development.
Money. I need money. Do I? No, I need fucking rare samples is what I need. Fuck. 30 points of super credits. That's a cock teaser if you've ever seen one. Fuck me. Alright. 1040. Let's get into some strings for some change, but off camera. Blah 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 blah. Had this shit on far too long in the face. Alright, chat. I will see you all another time. Goodbye.